Great morning, everyone. Oh my goodness, it's Saturday, so today will be Hogali time. So don't forget to tune in to that this afternoon at 5 p.m. Mountain Standard Time. So anyway, I want to pull cards on this Peter Navarro. After he's found guilty. Well, we knew going in what it was going to be. I'm going to appeal it. Well, yeah, because you're guilty. But of course, he wants to say it's not fair, it's skewed. They're after the typical whine when they don't get away with their criminal acts. Okay? Can you imagine any other criminal coming out and doing that? So what's coming up for Peter Navarro? Looks like he is going to go to, what's that word? Jail. Yeah, you get free room and board for a while. Be happy. I don't know. Every time I first saw that guy, he was so creepy. There was just something about his energy that was just really smarmy, creepy. So what can you tell me about Peter Navarro? What's going on now? It's about his message, okay? The message he wants to put out. So going into it, we have, they're trying to construct and build a message, okay, behind the scenes. What's going on now? It's about charging forward, club in hand, their usual drama. The challenge is something new, the start of something new, and the clarification, this is going forward. Now, he says he's going to appeal. Good luck with that. So what we have above the message is what is being handed out, the payoff, what's being handed out. When it comes to what's being constructed and charging forward, this is the playbook that they're going to use, he and others of the Trumpian ilk. And the challenge is whatever they can hold on to, what they have close at hand that they're going to use. They all have the same BS rhetoric. Underneath of it, they don't want to see, don't want to take in, don't want to look at reality, blocking it all. Going into it again, this is the dark deeds that they do, wanting to try to distance themselves, but they're in it. And as usual, we have, now in this case, it's not the White House, it's the big house, okay? I think this one, they've got the evidence, holding on to evidence, and it's going to be jail time. That's it. So underneath of it, we have the Pandora's box. We have his history. We have the things that he engaged in himself, and we have the supporters in that, trying to come up with some kind of a new idea that they want to put out there about the burden that, they're going to jail, okay, and so they are upside down, and, well, that's what happens. Okay, that's what happens when you commit crimes and you're complicit in those, you go to jail. Okay, so what we have, we're going to break it down. So what's grounded, what's happening daily is the message, what's being handed down now. They're trying to work on this behind the scenes, but guess what? They've got evidence in hand. And so we have what is coming up new, the new thing, trying to get themselves out of this. underneath of it all, of course, they don't want to look at things in reality, and they keep coming up with some new spin. His usual drama. Going into the foundation, you walk the dark path. Then guess what? You've got a whole thing of drama you're trying to keep the lid on. Your cup of abominations. And we have your history of being complicit, being right in there, one of the cheering squads for 45. Okay? You put yourself there. So now, today, he wants to say, I'm charging forward, club in hand, I'm in a, but he's looking at jail time, and he is, I dropped my cards. He is, got the burden, okay? So we have those of like ilk underneath of this, the major arcana, the major things happening with it, those that are involved. This is going forward, okay? They did this of his own free will, and now he's hung up, okay? He's going nowhere. So I'm going to go back through here, and I want to pick my card for, let's look and see how this is going to act. This is my card. Now, usually this is my card for the White House or your stability at home. This is about stability, the energy of stability. But in this case, this stable is jail. Okay, the big house back here. Okay. So we're going to go ahead and put that there. And let me shuffle these, and we're going to see what this has to say. What about his time in the big house? What about his jail, pending jail time? So going into it, we have, okay, his desires, his wants, his wishes that he's going to be pushing, okay? The challenge is abuse of power, trying to, I don't want to go, okay? So he's taking it to, appeal it. So this is what he's working on, his desires when it comes to prison. He's trying to work on this behind the scenes. When it comes to his abuse of power and prison, he's got a Pandora's box he's got to deal with, trying to keep a lid on things. And it is a tower moment. This is not going to bode well for him, okay? It's a tower moment. You've done the deeds. You've got your cup of abominations. It doesn't matter what your wishes are, your wish-fulfilling card, because it's not happening, okay? You're in crash and burn mode. Above it, we've got the strength of, he's trying to work on it, but the Pandora's box and his ability to try to railroad things, he's out in the cold with that. And above it all, this is happening rapidly. He's not going to be able to drag this out forever. And again, rapid time coming to what? His world is rapidly coming to a tower moment. You are going to jail. Strong. Think you've got a strong case. You're out in the cold, bucko, working on it, but you've got a whole Pandora's box of drama ahead of you, and jail is at the center of it, no matter what your wishes are and your attempts to abuse and control things. You are not in control, okay? You're not in control. Not going to happen. So we're going to pick some 3 cards here and see what it says, what else we've got to say on this. We have not happy, okay? He's singing the blues Take a harmonica with you. Okay? We've got hidden things still, secrets, and trying to get away with it yet again. So let's pull some clarifying things and see what this is about. What about the secrets in his mental boo-hoo about the laws? So I would say in this thing, what's coming, what's being birthed, he is secretly, I would say, scared to death at justice coming down the pike. Yeah, you tried to get away with it. Your boo-hooing is not going to work. Arguments, okay? Arguments. He's going to try to argue and put out whatever he can put out, spin and drama about it. Above it, this is charging forward. Knee-jerk, feeling abused, poor little guy. And above it all, justice. You can try to argue with justice all you want, but you did the crime and you're going down for the count, okay? Not boding well for Navarro, okay? We'll do one more and see what else it has to say. What else can you tell us that's going down with Peter Navarro now? What else can you tell us? He is just he just gives me the creeps. It's about holding on to power. Now, this is probably 45 at the helm, of course. Going into it, we have an overflowing cup of abominations and drama with it, and justice. Yeah. So let's do our clarifiers and see. It's about the message, about the, overflowing things for him coming up. He's going to put out that drama about so much abuse of 45, and he and the rest of the Magatonians by the court were so abused. We're taking lumps, and he's going to try to spin and juggle this as much as he can. Above it, we have that investigations have been done, okay? They've looked into it already, okay? And this is democracy. And the DOJ is giving you lumps, and you don't like it. But look at your history. May I remind you of the history of the things you've done. So he's going to want to call for the DOJ to be investigated. It's all Biden's fault. Biden's underneath of it. Biden is, we know his spin, what he's going to say. Okay? But this is about democracy. Biden has nothing to do with it, but they're going to try to spin it every way, 10 ways to Sunday, that Biden is behind all of this, and his political opponent, and after, the total BS spin that they put out there. We're going to try with some Lenormand and see what it comes up as well. What else can you tell me about Peter Navarro? At the center we have, he turns his back, doesn't want to see the past, doesn't want to see it. We have the contract, what he's married to, and this is something new coming up. So you can try to turn your back on the past as much as you want, but this is coming up. For the marriage, we have, again, looking at the younger population. Now, I don't know what that has to do with it, but some of the deception and stuff that's coming out that they're going to put out there was some sort of a new spin. Underneath of it, that's key. Maybe he's going to try to reach the younger adults and try to draw them into it, okay? Above it, this is the timing, this is ticking down. When it comes to the deception, of course, new conversations. and fish tails being put out, spins, fishy stuff, spins, and drama. So these are basically saying the same things as the Tarot was. They're going to try to do probably some QAnon crap or some nonsense with that, trying to get a hold of a younger population and drag them into it to get support somewhere. Although I don't know why they would try to do that, because usually their supporters are these old white men that are, look like they've got a still going in their backyard somewhere. Just, I don't know why these poor, more uneducated people are rally behind him so much, and he's bragging, Ken 45 brags he's a billionaire, but yet he needs every penny that they can squeeze out of these people. I don't get it. Anyway, on that note, I'm going to leave that here, and we'll see you online.